Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. This is the New Moon series, alright? New Moon Lunar Reading series, and today we're going to look at Libra. How's everybody doing out there today? Libras, how are you doing? I love you, Libras. Most of my best friends throughout my life had all been Libras. One was a double Libra, Sun and Rising. Love Libras. Alright, so I'm hoping all is well with you guys. I'm hoping you're having a great first month of the first half of the year. Alright, we're coming up to the summer solstice. And today, it's all about the new moon. It's all about beginnings, sowing seeds, changes, you know, new paths, new visions, new goals, journeys, beginning journeys, all right? So I like to do a new moon reading and a full moon, and we're going to find your animal spirit. It's going to be with you for this new moon cycle. What animal spirit is going to be with our lovely Libras for this next 28-day cycle, new moon to new moon? Help us out here, show me. Excuse any background noise. I always tell my watchers and subscribers that I live in a city. So there's going to be some noise every now and again. Lamb. All right, Lamb energy. So this came out the other day as well. Beautiful. Now, Lamb talks about, Lamb's quite interesting. Lamb energy is very pure, right? Vulnerable. The lambs are vulnerable, aren't they? They're young. Talk about new beginnings. The lamb is also earth energy and also talks about receiving divine messages. The lamb is very open to kind of the messages, spirit messages that come through. It's almost as if it's like a conduit, right? Could be because of its purity, right? Because of the purity of the lamb, you can get you know, the messages that the lamb kind of sort of in a way like a medium, right? That channels, that's the word I'm looking for, the messages that the lamb channels are safe because the lamb is so pure. It's not going to adulterate the message in any kind of way to its own kind of benefit. You see what I'm saying? It's because of its virtue and its purity inherent in this spirit that it can be a good, a proper conduit for divine messages coming in, right? So that's your spirit animal for the month, Libra. So that's lovely energy, you know. That means that spirit animal is helping you perhaps get some of the messages that your ancestors or your spirits or whatever it resonates with you, right, are trying to get across, right? This lamb energy is going to help you to receive them, all right? So show us a clear reading for our lovely Libras, this new moon series of June. This next 4 weeks of the new moon to new moon. Show us what they're going through, new beginnings, journeys, affirmations, reaffirmations, warning signs, things to watch out for the next 28 days. Show us. All right, my lovely Libras, we're going to lay out your cards and we're going to go around in each one in turn and kind of unfold this story for the month, for this new moon cycle. That's how I like to do my lunar readings. I like to go around the circle and unfold the story. In the center, 3 of Wands. This just came up as well, I believe, for Virgo. And 2 of Wands. Beautiful. At the bottom, you have Star, wish fulfillment. So that's perfect. All right. That's perfect for you to have this kind of spirit animal helping and guiding you. Because wish fulfillment, there it means that you're going to have the benefit of all your ancestors and spirits, guardian angels that are looking out for you, right? Helping you, and their messages and their help coming through to you, you know, You should be able to, much easier be able to receive their guidance this month, right? So Three of Wands, again, is also the card of virtue in a lot of ways, right? Three of Wands talks about, you know, surveying what your work, right? You see, they're surveying their work. She's surveying to see, is it growing the way I want it to grow? What else do I need to do, right? She's focused on the task of being, you know, the best, of producing the best. And so she's like a good gardener, she's paying attention to her growth, right? And interestingly enough, crossing that, you have the Two of Wands. So you would think going backwards, right? But the Two of Wands is just that forward momentum, right? So it's all about you really wanting to increase, go further, expand your growth. Could be that you're working on something very important to you, a project. If you're an artist, it could be a piece of work that you're working on, like maybe you've been commissioned to do something. If you're opening something like a gallery or a business, something that's very close to your heart, right? And you know, it's your vision in a way, right? And so right now it's all about surveying the next step. What's your next step? Where do you want to go from here? And you still have that forward momentum of Two of Wands. Two of Wands is kind of Mars and Aries energy. It's very forward momentum. It talks about just being ready to like take the next step on your journey, on your path. Be careful. Eight of Swords. Be careful not to, this is talking about playing the victim. This is the victim card, Eight of Swords. Oh, poor me, poor me. You know, I don't know which way to turn. You know, sometimes decisions made with this energy will come back to haunt you later, all right? Because you'll be making decisions with that feeling of like, you know, well, I had no other choice. You know, I had no other choice decisions, which, you know, is a kind of an oxymoron, really. I mean, if you had no other choice, how is it a decision, right? So if you really look at that, a lot of us, there is always another choice. There's always another choice. So be careful. That's energy is there, and it's underneath. It's your subconscious energy. Could be that you are feeling somewhat like a victim, somewhat kind of like you may perhaps in a lot of ways you've been feeling like you have had no other choice, right, Libra? Have you been feeling like that? Like you've been forced to make certain decisions recently? If that's the case, then this card is a wake-up call for you to realize that you have absolute control, right? You have control, and all you have to do is seize it. Seize the reins, you know. Take control of the narrative, right? Don't allow yourself to be playing a victim, especially if you're stuck, if you're feeling like you're stuck, you can't move. There's been a lot of bickering lately, a lot of hateration, I call it. This is my hateration card. It's just bickering. It's back and forth. Nobody's drawing blood or really getting hurt, but, you know, it's like when boys will, you know, when you see 5 boys playing and hitting each other, play fighting, you know. This is the energy of play fighting. But it can get serious if it gets out of hand. You know, and it's not good energy. Fives are all about struggle, strife, power struggles, right? So right now there's been a lot of that going on, especially in your creative life in terms of, could be at work, could be a lot of vying for power at work. You have recently had a victory. You have recently been recognized for a victory, so it may be that you've been recognized for the good work that you've been doing. Right? And some of this is coming from that. It's jealousy. So it certainly can be jealousy. Right? So watch out for that. That might be some lingering energy that you're coming into the month with. You have a King of Cups here. So somebody's got a lot of love for you. Someone has a lot of love for you. And this is kind of like committed love. You know, this isn't flighty Knight of Cups love. This is a long enduring love. Not necessarily romantic, though. It's just someone who, excuse me, I have to take a sip of coffee, cares about you very deeply, and who is in and of themselves just a very gentle, loving individual, right? a person who's demonstrated a certain amount of responsibility with regard to their family and their relationships. You know, they're not one of these kind of frivolous people who just toss around their relationships. They're very respectful of their loved ones, and that person is really playing a big part this month. Like I say, up here is your conscious kind of focused area, and down here, this part of the circle is your subconscious. There's a lot of aspects to this spread. There's relational card aspects, the square, there's the time, which is the dial, and then there's also the levels of conscious and subconscious. So up here, though, in your conscious, is very, very much in your focus, is a great change. The death card's been showing up for a lot of people. It's a perfect card to come at a new moon reading because it indicates the death of the old, a complete change and transformation, which inherently means a new beginning. Right? Going past the point of no return. 13, number 3. 3's talk about going past the points of no return. Bonding, loyalty as well. In a way, true loyalty and bonding will take you past the point of no return, right? So, but this is a death of a death, you know. And I love this card because inherently you see the newer, larger death killing the old ego, the old person, scenario, circumstance, way of thinking, whatever major portion of yourself is dying here, right? And being regenerated in the new, even in the new, it is already dead. So he's, you know, that's the awareness, the wisdom, the cloth of wisdom in red shows you, especially with the red and the gold, it shows you the royalty, right? He commands because of his wisdom. Even as being the new, he already understands that as soon as you're born, you begin to die. As soon as you are, you begin to cease, right? You begin to be replaceable at some point. So that's a beautiful card from the Deviant Moon, but it's a big change. You're going through a big change, certainly, and it's something to do with your passions, Libra. I believe it has something to do. This may be for a Libran who's an artist or who's a part of a big kind of like, you know, for instance, say you're putting on a festival or you're putting on some kind of entertainment show. You could be an artist, you could be a painter, a sculptor, an actress, right? You could be in a career that requires you to be very artistic, like a graphic designer or something like that, right? This is kind of what I see for you, Libra, as well, simply because of this creative energy here. Knight of Wands, somebody else is coming in. There's a lot of action coming in for emotion, right? Knight of Wands is like new messages, new projects coming in, offers of new projects coming in, offers of new, new options, right? Creative options that are coming in for you. This could be someone who is coming towards you who wants to work with you on your project. So this person is looming large as well. While this Knight of Cups, I believe, is somebody who's quite permanent in your life. This is someone who's coming in either new or someone maybe somebody you know, but they may not have been around most recently, or you may not have been socializing or dealing or working with each other most recently, but they're definitely coming into you now to either work with you or to somehow collaborate with you. It's very creative energy, Knight of Wands. Right? And knights can always indicate people or messages as well, right? It can actions. It indicates the sense of action, right? It doesn't always have to necessarily mean a person. It can be the action of moving forward almost in a certain way. It has kind of that chariot feeling, right? But here, I believe it to be a person, right? I believe it to be a person who's aligned with you coming in, okay? Page of Swords. Now, here's a specific message, right? So there's going to be some communication going on later on in the month that's going to be very important because, of course, it's here in the reading. If it shows up in a reading, then it's meant to be highlighted. You know, that's my philosophy. That's how I read. So, you know, people are like, well, of course there's messages coming in. Well, the message I'm talking about is something that's quite important. It's singular. And its importance compared to all the other messages. From what I'm telling you to do now is to pay close attention. There will be some kind of communication coming in that will have very much to do with this project. And by the way, this is all about this This is the center card. So this baby, whatever this thing is that you've been growing, that you've now started to kind of like, all right, now let's take the next steps on this vision. Like I say, it could be a goal, a job, opening up a business, doing something with the arts, whatever it is. It's like your baby, right? And you're watching it grow. And all of this is about that. Because right now, I feel like this is definitely for a Libra out there who's doing something big. You could be working in theater, right? You could be working, like I say, you could be in advertising or something like that. But this is going to be something that's very, very creative, right? But also going to take center stage. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. So this message here I'm talking about will have something to do with that. It could be just a text, an email, a phone call, a quick meeting, a cup of coffee with someone in particular, something like that, right? A note or whatever, but it's going to be something that will very much impact this whole process, and you need to pay attention to it. 10 of Cups, beautiful. So, of course, success is in the future. Happiness in love and family, success though, right? This is kind of like the 10 of Cups is also when you like go up and you get your award, and then you thank your family and your children, and they all run up and they hug you because they're so proud of you. It's that kind of thing. It's that like, okay, you've arrived. So whatever it is you're working on, my lovely Libras, it's definitely something very beautiful. It's going to bring you a lot of abundance and love and respect. It's going to take you to the next level. You know what I mean? You'll get a lot of like love from the community because of it. You could be doing something very important in the community. Right? This could be a project to do with your community, how to like a humanitarian thing or a non-profit thing. There's not a lot of cups here. Right? So that's why I talk about it being something that's excuse me, I don't mean to say cups. There's not a lot of discs here. There's no pentacles at all. Just not one pentacle card. So that's why this is, and there's very few cups. There's only the King of Cups here, and then the 10 of Cups here. So it's something that's extremely creative. Having said that, no pentacles and hardly any cups, it's still very positive. The cards are all about moving forward with your vision, being successful with your vision, working with people, collaborating, having the support of loved ones, already having had a victory before. Very, very positive, very positive. I'm almost curious, Sound off below if this resonates. Or somebody out there working on something like this? If any of my watchers or subscribers are ever working on something creative, like a festival or something, please feel free to sound off in the comment section and advertise your craft. I'm all about spreading community. You know what I mean? I'm not uptight about that at all. So if you're working on something like that, a play or a nonprofit thing or whatever, and you want to share it with the collective, please feel free. But that's what I'm saying. This is a vision that's very, very close to your heart, very important to you. Show us what's going on with these Libras. I have this really excited energy coming from you right now, Libra. Like, oh my God, you're going to get awards for this or something, Show me. I'm very excited for you. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's get some clarity cards out. Yeah, the Empress. Ace of Pentacles. There's your first pentacle. 10 of Pentacles. We're not reading thoughts in reverse. Queen of Cups. 9 of Cups. Here's your 10 of Cups. Beautiful. 4 of Wands. And Temperance, the Sagittarian card. Beautiful. Here you go. There's your clarification. 2 of Wands. That's the 2 of Wands crossing you at the center. You have 2 of Wands at the bottom of the thought deck. Like I said, 2 of Wands is Mars and Aries type of energy. Okay? And remember here, a little side note. Astrological energies that are assigned to tarot cards is a new convention. It's something that began in the 20th century, circa 1960s, 50s, 60s, 70s. All right. So when we mention these astrological kind of, it's not something that's traditional to tarot. The traditional, most of the consensus is that the traditional tarot actually has more to do with Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, right? It has absolutely no original associations with astrological aspects. However, most recently we've done that. Okay, so it's just an interesting convention where you're connecting, the mystical world of tarot with the esoteric world. Okay, so Mars in Aries, energy, fighting energy, right? These are Tibetan warheads. This talks about how persevering, using patience as a weapon in your battle, right? Because they're wands, they're not swords, so they're not weapons. It's a battle of creativity, right? It's a battle of wits, battle of wills, right? So, again, that's what Two of Wands is also about a lot of times, and that's the persevering energy that we talk about with Two of Wands. But let's get into clarifying this down here. Yeah. So like I said, here we go. So Eight of Swords is like, don't be a victim. Empress. She's like the mother, right? She's like the mother is like, get away from that. Why are you hanging over those swords? She's that energy that turns around and looks at the child who's misbehaving or trying to get attention. And it's just one look from her and the child realizes he's been acting like a jackass and he stops. Right? You see how she's looking at you? Right? And this could be a female or feminine energy in your life that's kind of there for you. It's like helping you kind of be like, look, you've got all of this great shit happening. Don't be a jackass. All right? And I feel like this could be a mother. It could be an older sister or a friend. You know what I mean? But it's somebody you certainly respect. And I think they're helping you with a lot of this kind of like lingering kind of like attitude, right? Ace of Discs. Yeah, hateration. Of course. They're hating because of the Ace of Discs. All the opportunities. Here we start to see the discs. Here we start to get clarification. So this is why clarification is so much fun for me when I'm doing these readings, because now we go deeper. Remember a minute ago I said we had hardly any cups, only one King of Cups and a 10 down here, and no discs or pentacles whatsoever, which led me to know that the message is certainly about passions that, your passion isn't about the money, it's about the creativity. The money will come, and sure enough, here it is. The money always comes when you follow your path. Even if you're not doing it for money, the money comes. And so here's Ace of Discs. It's showing you that you're starting to get opportunities for great abundance to come through, certainly as a result of all of this work. And you have haters. You have people who are hating, they're bickering, they're trying to throw a monkey wrench in the plans. Don't let them. This is why, though, they're doing it. And sometimes when you know why, you can understand. It could even be close friends that you didn't expect to act like that, and now they're acting very childish because they see that you're starting to get some accolades and some success. I really feel a lot of kind of famous type of success for you, Libra. 10 of Cups, here you go. This is what you've been coming from. So you're riding on the back of a little success, like I said, 6 of Wands, and just complete support and happiness. You're so happy. You feel completely supported by your family and your peers, right? And this is the energy that's kind of propelling you forward into this next stage of your vision. All right, hold on to that, certainly. Again, more 10s. You have a lot of completion. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups here. You had 10 of Cups here already, right? You have 9 of Cups up here working towards. You're getting like your cake and eating it too, Libra. You're getting everything you wanted. Right? 10 of Pentacles. Here's your King of Cups. This is your character. This is your lover, your person who's very loving, who's helping you out. This could be your partner. This could be your romantic partner, right? It could be. It could be that they're involved in your vision with you. If you're an actress, maybe your manager is your partner. You know what I mean? Is your husband or your wife, right? You certainly share a lot of wealth with this person. You share a lot of mutual abundance with them. Right? So you're definitely 10 of Pentacles coming out over this person. You guys are in it together and, working together. You're certainly bringing a lot of wealth for each other. Like I said, could absolutely be that your husband or your wife, your boyfriend or your girlfriend are either your agent, your manager, your assistant in some kind of way. And you guys are working together. So therefore you have the love and the abundance that's coming in. Really, really a good reading. Nine of Cups up here is the change. So Nine of Cups, maybe some of you are getting married. Nine of Cups is trying to get towards this 10. You have the 10 already. So why is the 9, why is the 13, the death card, covered with the 9? You know, could be that you have up until now have had everything that you wanted, but there is still a big change coming on the horizon. Could be that you have been kind of living common law. You know, everything's been fine, but now it's just ready to take even the next step. Nine of Cups is actually, nines being relationship to self, it rules also isolation, being separate. That's why the 9 in the major arcana is the Hermit. Right. Also, the 19 is the Sun card, indicating how sometimes, even though we're very happy and we have a lot of attention around us, we can still almost be feeling quite isolated and alone in the crowd. So, 9 of Cups here, it could be that the change is that up until now, you've been quite separated from your loved ones because of all of this work. And the change is that you're coming closer to them. That this 10 here of 10 of Cups is on its way. Okay, even though it's here already, but this is an affirmation card. This is an affirmation card here, so it could be affirming that you're working towards, that this victory back here has started your journey to working towards completion and really having that closeness, which would be the 10 of Cups. And here it is. That might be that big change that's coming in. It's this change. It's this, whatever the change is, whether it is in yourself or in your situation that's coming in, it is the one that's going to propel this 9 of Cups down here to a 10. You're going to get the closeness that perhaps, maybe you've just been separated from your loved ones because of your career. The love is there, but you haven't been able to physically been close. Maybe you haven't actually been able to take it to that really next level where it's all jiving, where you can be working, you can have your 10 of coins and everything, but your family can be there with you. But you're certainly right around the corner from that. Okay? Queen of Cups here is clarifying this Knight of Wands. So like I said, this is a person who's coming in. And Queen of Cups, right? So love, there's love there. There's emotional sharing, right? There's openness. There's a vulnerability there. This person is someone that you can work with very, very well. You have deep affection for this person. And I believe they have deep affection for you. Could be an apprentice. Could be someone that you're kind of mentoring, Libra, that's working with you on your project also, right? Could be a younger person and you are kind of taking them under your wing. All right, but whatever it is, this is really good energy. You guys get along very, very well. Okay, your passions are similar, but there's certainly a lot of affection there. Certainly a lot of affection, and I feel kind of nurturing affection there. And this person is going to play an integral role also in all of this. Here we go, 4 of Wands. So, 4 of Wands, a lot of people call 4 of Wands soulmate energy. It's the stability in relationships. If you look closer, each wand has on one side the dove and the other side the ram. It's Venus and Aries energy they talk about here. So, beauty and, you know, sort of the warring aspect of Aries and the beautiful, harmonious aspect of Venus coming together, respecting each other equally. Now, when you can respect both of those qualities equally, really, truly accept and respect them, then you have that kind of stability, for being stability, that you need for long-term enduring relationships, connections, either with family or society or your culture, your social scene, I want to say, your social group, your friends can be also in your relationships, and a lot of times that is why this is called the soulmate twin flames energy, because it is so long enduring. Now, this message that I said earlier that's going to be very important has a lot to do with this. It's a lot to do with bringing stability to your relationships, especially your community relationships. Could be that you're going to get the message that there's a go on that festival. There's a go on that project. Everyone's ready. Everyone's coming in. The partners that you wanted on this are ready to come in. They're ready to see eye to eye, right? This is a affirmation as well, that whatever this message is coming in, it's working towards stability. There's stability on the other end of it. Success, completion. successful completion. If you see that card of completion says it on the bottom, but it's successful, enduring, stable, beautiful. And here we go. Down here, we've got to clarify this Ten of Cups. It's all been about that Sagittarian energy, art. And the Thoth deck, it's called art, but it's temperance. It's temperance. It's the 14. It's the dominion over self rather than the dominion over man, which is the 4, the emperor. Here it's the 14. It's the dominion over self. You've done all that hard work, Libra. You've done excellent, excellent work to temper yourself, you know, to be what you needed to be in the situations for what the situation called for. All right. You're going to get your 10 of Cups. It's all going to come together. It's going to require perhaps more temperance towards the end of the month. So again, it's not just all happy, happy, joy, joy. It's also, you know, this is a possibility, right? It's still down to you, Libra. Maintain your temperance. Maintain it, okay? Maintain your openness. Look out for the messages that are coming in. Pay attention to the divine feminine in your life that's looking out for you, right? Don't worry about the haters. They're going to hate. That's their job. Their job is to hate and to remind you that you're doing something good. All right? Now, it'd be great if you didn't have any haters, but the world is as the world is. A rose is a rose is a rose. Okay? All of this is how it can be, but remember to stay open, to stay virtuous, pay attention. There's a great possibility of just great success coming in. And again, this is the forward motion. And this is what's coming in and this is what's going out. Even though there's also a time aspect to the reading, right? To start and finish down here. This is also going forward, right? So it's not talking about being totally complete or done. However, completion is the card that's clarified here, right? But this is just the first stage, right? I have this great feeling that later on, maybe a couple readings down the line, you'll see those victories, trophies, accolades, prizes, awards coming in. This is a very big thing you're working on. And it's going to bring you a lot of success, a lot of love. Just pay close attention. Watch out for the haters, though. Watch out. I said don't worry about them. I don't mean ignore them. Just don't worry about them. Keep an eye open for them. And remember, if anything, to stay with temperance. Oh, my God, Libras, you guys are having a great new moon month. Keep going forward. Don't doubt yourself. If this resonated with you at all, please like, subscribe, and share. You know what to do. Hit the bell. For right now, I'm just going to tell all you Libras, have a wonderful, wonderful new moon cycle. Bye-bye.